And welcome back to Ozarks Live. John Schaefer joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Thanks for coming in from the Resource Center. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, always. And we're going to talk about something today. We're going to focus on motorcycle insurance and different options that people have with that. I do not have a motorcycle. I have never had a motorcycle. And I'll be honest with you, I've never thought about it. But for people who need it, they really need it.
Correct. And then, if you know, too, the motorcycle law changed where you don't have to wear a helmet, but you have to be 26 years old or older and have insurance to not wear a helmet in Missouri. So if you're under 26, put that helmet back on.
Does the fact that it's not necessarily you don't have to wear the helmet raise the cost of the insurance? Because it could potentially raise the injury.
It could, yeah. We haven't had any statistics yet on it since it's so new. But one thing that I always talk to customers about, especially is like medical coverage. We've had some options with some of our companies that we do have, is that we can do a $25,000 accidental death, or you can actually get supplemental pay if you do get an accident and do get hurt.
Okay. So those are the kind of things that you need to know. What else goes into choosing or selecting the proper motorcycle insurance for you? I assume part of it is the motorcycle that you're insuring.
Correct. So a lot of times when a customer calls me and they want to insure, let's say, a Harley. So the first question I ask them is like, okay, what kind of Harley is it? What added features came with it from the motorcycle dealership? A lot of times when you go out there and get motorcycle insurance, what they do is, they're going to sell you a motorcycle, but sometimes there will be an extra added list of features. It'd be, pipes, saddlebags, chrome wheels, could be a paint job. Well, it's really best to know your policy, because a lot of policies out there will just give you a basic Harley insurance. So if you have an accident and you paid $25,000 for this Harley, they may only give you $15,000 for that Harley. So it's really added. So we actually have added extra insurance for motorcycle insurance that you can get. It comes with $3,000. Our one policy has for your pipes, saddlebags, and it actually goes up to $15,000 for added features that you can carry.
Okay, so you need to talk to somebody and make sure that you've got all your bases covered here, because the last thing you would do is try to go it alone, and then you learn the hard way. All right, so some motorcycles people ride on the road, some are off the road. I guess there's a difference there?
Yes, so you can get your regular off-road motorcycle insurance, which would be your regular bikes that you go out, dirt bikes and stuff like that. Some of those, if you pay cash for them, you don't have to have insurance, but if you've got a loan on them, you would have to have insurance on that to cover your loan in case you did total it out or it got stolen.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's always good to always insure everything you have.
Oh, sure.
If you ever have any questions, call your insurance agent and ask them.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to do that. What about like a moped that you buzz around town on?
Right. Good you brought that up.
Yeah.
Mopeds. In the city limits of Springfield, you have to have insurance on that moped. So check the laws and regulations where you're at, but if you're in the city limits, they do require that you have to have insurance on that moped to drive it on the streets of Springfield.
I have no idea the answer to this, but what is the cost roughly of motorcycle insurance versus automobile? I mean, with a motorcycle, you don't have the shell around you.
Correct.
So is it more expensive or is it less because it's a smaller vehicle?
So for one thing, it's always based off usually the age of the person, your driving record, so it depends how great your driving record is. Also the CCs on the bike, so if you've got a sport bike that's a 1300 cc, it's going to be way more expensive than a 600 cc bike. It really depends, like a Harley versus the sport bike, like the Kawasaki Ninja, or in that matter.
Okay, all right. So it varies greatly depending on what kind of bike you have. Okay, now, if you have a financial question or an insurance question for John or anyone else, visit their website, resourcecenterinc.com, or you can call them at 417-882-1800. John Schaefer, the Resource Center, great to see you.
Thank you. One more thing I want to add. Also, check out our blog. Go to our Resource Center. Basically what we do is try to make blogs about motorcycles, some places to ride, and some features that are out there in the countryside. So be sure and check out our blog. We try to post on that as much as possible. So, and also you can always get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook for a free quote.
Very good. All right, John, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, up next, one of my favorite places in Springfield is going to join us, Holdfast Brewing, right around the corner. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.